are on the Upper West Side today. Actually, I was just in Midtown. I was picking up this. It's going to be a new device. They just crashed. Good morning and welcome to the Upper West Side in Manhattan. Today we are here because we are going to be exploring the area, I would say, but especially I have one big thing that I want to go to visit today, and that is the New York Historical Society. So this is a museum. It's really close to the American Museum of Natural History. I actually didn't know it even existed until like a few months ago. I walked past it and I was like, what is this place? And now not only do I know that it exists, but a few days ago I found out that there's a new exhibition that they have. It's called Lost New York. It's all about the lost buildings in New York City. And I feel like it could be something really interesting to explore and to visit together and on this vlog. So we're going to be walking on the Upper West Side today. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Flor. You can find me on Instagram as Pereira, as you can see here. And if you're still not subscribed to the channel, go ahead, hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell so you can get notified of every time I upload a new video. And also related to vlogs, but not especially to this vlog, is that I was in Midtown just a few minutes ago. I picked up this new device. I'm thinking that this might be my new go-to device when it comes to vlogging in the city, but I don't know. We're gonna try it. We're gonna see how that goes, and if you're interested, I can let you know my updates. I can let you know how it works, how I like it, if and when I would recommend it, and all that. Now, and as I always say, you're coming with me. Let's go.
From the past, to make sure you're learning from mistakes that you did last. Send me a letter when you're done, evaluating what your short life has become. You should know, you should know. So far, there are better ways. Throw preconceptions down the drain, 'cause this is your last chance. You should know. You should know. To glow. This time tomorrow, the future I will show.
misty mountains, dusty roads ahead, crossing rivers, dreaming of a bed from a window in the mighty clouds up high. I can touch a stream of gold above, breaking through with hope of light and love, giving peace of mind to those of us who try. Try to make a way. I can hear you say, let the sun shine on the broken, let the summer come again, let the heat find all the frozen, let the force in, and I am above, above, I feel above, oh. You have seen 1,000 lovers meet. You have seen 1,000 tired feet. Seen them rest upon a hill beneath a crown. Try to make a way. I can hear you say, let the sun shine on the broken, let the summer come again, let the heat find all the frozen, let the force in, and I am above, above, I feel above, oh. Let the sun shine on the broken, let the summer come again, let the heat find all the frozen, let the force in, 'cause I am a, let the force in, 'cause I am a, let the force in, I am above, above, I feel above, above, I feel above, above, I feel above, oh, I feel above.
I just left the New York Historical Society. It's this building right here behind me. And I wanted to do like a recap, what I thought of the place since it's my first time. So first of all, highly, highly recommend it. I mentioned before that I didn't know this place even existed until a few months ago. And I feel like probably a lot of people either living here in New York or visiting also don't know this place exists. Something funny is that when you come in and you go and want to buy a ticket, they ask you, do you know we are the New York Historical Society, right? This is where you want to buy the ticket. Because apparently a lot of people come inside the building and they think that they are at the American Museum of Natural History, which is this other building, the one that looks like a tower behind me. So apparently a lot of people get confused. So to avoid any issues, they ask you if you really want to buy a ticket to the New York Historical Society, which I thought was kind of funny, but well, knowing this makes sense. But I think that even though a lot of people maybe don't know this exists, or come here just by accident, I highly recommend this place. I think there's a place that you will love. If you love New York, the city of New York, you are definitely going to love this. Also, I think that if you love the history of New York or the architecture or the history of the architecture of New York, you're also going to love this place. So for example, for me, I love the show The Gilded Age on HBO, and I know there's like a lot of drama and romance and things like that, but I love knowing more about the history of New York and how people live in another age here in the city. So for example, if you love that show as well, I feel like coming here would be a great choice because you get to know more about the past of New York and how the city was built and how the city grew. And also, if you love architecture, as I mentioned before, this exhibition, the one about Lost New York, you will probably love that one. I love watching an architect on YouTube, on the Architectural Digest YouTube channel. I think his name is Michael Weisner. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but I love his videos about New York City and its history and its architecture. So if you love architecture in New York City, maybe if you don't know about his videos and the channel, you should go ahead, check them out. I'll link some of them down below in the description. But if you do and you know that, maybe it could be a great chance to visit this place because you're probably going to love it. So of the exhibitions that I saw, I think that my biggest highlights and the ones that I suggest you visit as well are, of course, Lost New York. I wanted that exhibition to be like even bigger and have more photos and more drawings and more everything. It did have some, but I would have loved it for it to be like double the size and have more things. For example, there are photos of the old Penn Station, the one that was demolished, and they're just 2 photos. And for me, I probably would have loved for it to be like, I don't know, 20 photos instead of just 2. But I love knowing more about that place, more about the old operas and theaters. So really good one. I also love the Tiffany lamps exhibitions. I have seen those lamps before in many places, but I didn't know they were called Tiffany lamps. And seeing so many of them up close was really fantastic. And I love that feature where you could like create your own lamp. I feel like that really shows how this place, this museum, is like working towards like incorporating technology into the exhibitions, which I feel like a lot of museums don't do that. They are like very like stuck in the past, and being able to touch some of the things, to experiment, to see more videos and hear more audio, I feel like that is great and something that most museums should do. And then one last thing that I really love was the part about the US residents. As many of you know, I'm not originally from the US. I was born and raised in Argentina. I've only been living here since 2016, and I lived some of those years in Germany. So the US is not my country, I would say, since I was not born here and I haven't been here for that long. I do connect in many ways to the city of New York, but maybe not the country as a whole. At least for now, I don't know what the future holds, but I do love American history and knowing about the presidents. It's not only that I love like Hamilton, like the Broadway musical, I also love reading more about history, watching videos about history, watching like documentaries or watching TV shows based on real life events. I'll link some of those below in case you're interested. But it's good because it's like, it's not a huge exhibition, but you get like a glimpse of history of the executive branch, the president, and they have a replica of the Oval Office. I was surprised. I didn't know that existed until yesterday when I was like checking the opening times and everything, and I saw that they had that replica, and I've always wanted to be at a museum or someplace like being able to see like the Oval Office from the inside. It was so fun. You can take a photo like pretending to be the president. I really like that. I feel like those are like my 3 highlights. The Lost New York exhibition, which is the one that drew me to this place in the first place. Then the one about the Tiffany lamps, that was like a great discovery. I knew it was here, but I didn't think that I would like it as much as I did. And then the part of the president and the Oval Office, I love that one. So I would say overall this was a 10 out of 10. I highly recommend coming to the New York Historical Society, not to be confused with the American Museum of Natural History. They're like next door neighbors and they share some of the name, but they're not the same place. I feel like I don't know how much a museum and exhibitions and everything you can like convey through video. It's not the same as being here, of course, but I hope that this video gave you an idea of what this place is like and maybe encourage you to visit it the next time you are here in New York City, or if you're a local, you want to come here, explore more about the history of the city that we live in. Now I'm gonna go have lunch because I only had coffee at home this morning and I really need to eat something, and then probably we're gonna go take a little walk in the park because it's gorgeous. I mean, it's too hot for me, but the blue sky, sunny weather, you really can't beat that. It's a really, really beautiful day.
You're my sweetheart. When you're around, I feel the sparks takes me higher, sweetheart. Let me be close to you forever, ever, darling. You're my sweetheart.
We've gotten to the end of today's vlog, of this video here in Central Park. This is the perfect place if you want to come and do a picnic, especially during spring, during summer. You know I don't like being in the heat, but this is nice. We've done it a couple of times and it's a really nice spot to get together with friends, to relax, to maybe read a book, something like that. So I hope you like this video. I hope you like today's vlog. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell if you're still not subscribed. Go follow me on Instagram if you want, Pereira, as you can see here, for more New York City and lifestyle content, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!
'Cause you're my sweetheart.